We're getting you all the details of the link. Amritpal was directed to incite Sikhs. That's what we've been told by our sources. In fact, also, there are other aides as well as far as Amritpal's ISI link is concerned. Let's tell you about that. The man in question, Amritpal Singh, Waris Punjab, the chief, his link with Avtar as Khanda, based in UK, gave online bomb-making demonstrations. That's what was happening really. Paramjeet as Pama is the other name that is surfaced here, conducting radicalization classes. The Babbar Khalsa leader. Also, Amritpal Singh's connection with two other men. One is Lagbir S. Rode, the International Sikh Organization chief, wanted in arms smuggling case, conspired to attack Netas in Delhi. And the last person in question here, as far as this web with the ISI is concerned, goes by the name of Harvinder Rinda, Khalistani terrorist present in Pakistan, declared a terrorist by the government in the month of February, is what we know. Kamaljeet Sandhu getting us all of those details as far as this entire nexus with the ISI is concerned. I think there is enough evidence and more, Kamal, to establish this sort of a link. Give us a sense of how the government, how the police and agencies are going to crack down on the nexus per se.
You know, there are a couple of factors. One is the meteoric rise of Amritpal. What is also significant is the sort of things he used to talk. One, he was talking about the farmers' protest. He was also talking about the anti-drug issue. So all this actually helped him gain traction within Punjab, at least certain pockets of it. Now, once the crackdown really began, and that is where he was talking about pro-Khalistan paths in perspective, and this is also where some paths he gained traction. Meanwhile, on the 18th of March, once the crackdown began on the Khalistan ideologues, that is when Amritpal managed to escape. Now, the surprise factor is gone, because that is the day when the police had actually chased him with 50 cars. Some of his associates were caught. Now, in the past 5 days, over 100 people have been caught in different parts of Punjab. NSA has been slapped against several of his associates, even on Amritpal, even though he kind of evades arrest. The other part is that there have been an alert which has been sounded at all international airports as well as the ports. The fact that he could be well within Punjab or out of it, trying to get out of country. So he could just be about everywhere, and that is where there has been also a relaxation of the mobile phone internet, which was put down in several of the districts. Now there is still mobile restrictions in districts like Moga, Sangrur, Firozpur. There are parts of Amritsar like Ajnala, then the YPS Chowk in SAS Nagar. So all this is a part of a strategy now, but this is going to be largely an intelligence-based operation. Now there is a lot of tall claims being made that there was an ISI link, that he trained in Georgia, that there is association with Dal Khalsa, these other several of the terror organization based outside. But remember, this is just a source-based evidence. Eventually, before the court of law, they will need to bring out all those evidence. Now, if there was so much of a heap of evidence, what was Punjab Police or intelligence agencies doing? All this is now a matter of scrutiny. But clearly, Amritpal continues to be on the run, and there's a hot chase, even with Punjab Police close on heels.
Yes, Kamal.
But yes, the longer it gets, the more difficult it seems that Amritpal will be in the net. But meanwhile, efforts are all out and all on.
Kamal, be with us. Efforts are all out and all on. But what were the 80,000 cops doing? That's the question the court has asked of the Punjab government. We have news coming in. Let's go straight to that now. As far as politics... Punjab Congress chief scathing letter to top cops. PPCC President Amritpal Singh Waring has written a letter to DGP Punjab Police. Wrote a letter to highlight the growing concerns regarding the large number of youngsters being rounded up and being labelled as Amritpal supporters. While Punjab Congress doesn't support any leniency towards anti-national elements, but a soft approach is needed to rehabilitate these misguided youngsters, is what is being said. Kamal is with us, has more details on that. Kamal, there have always been concerns as far as supporters of Amritpal are concerned that there could be many young men and women who will be misdirected, misguided. What is the Congress now saying, and what is the police saying also? Tell us more. You know,
Raja Amritpal Singh Waring as the PPCC chief, has mentioned that, a lot of youth have been rounded up. Now, that's an allegation which is coming up. But clearly, when it comes to crackdown, they're looking at elements who could be supporting Amritpal or his associates. That's a job which needs to be done. But then several of these opposition parties have been saying that, a lot of these elements were getting a kid's glove treatment by Punjab Police and the government. Now that the crackdown has begun, there are other kind of... So there are obviously two sides of the story. But many say that these youngsters may be misguided and there has to be a softer approach as far as getting them on board is concerned. That is one of the tactics. But clearly at this point of time, when Punjab government may be looking at certain radical elements and that they don't gain traction within Punjab is a key concern. As far as Punjab Police is concerned, at least 50 such radical groups have been looked into in the past 50 years, and there's some sort of action which has taken place. The other one is obviously about the organized crime and how things have been on the boil as far as Punjab is concerned. There have been killings of the right-wing leaders. So all this is something which is a concern of law and order. But remember, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, they get some of this as part of a baggage, not just from their own government, from the previous governments as well. So it's an ongoing situation. But meanwhile, Punjab Congress saying we are not supporting any of the radicals, we are against them. But let's not just try and go after the youngsters who may be misguided or misled. So that is an approach, a holistic approach that they're talking about. We yet to hear from the Bhagwant Mann government as to what they really think about the Congress's position at this point of time. But clearly, there is not just one aspect, because remember, the Ajnala incident, for that matter, Amritpal going from village to village, baptizing people, talking about several of the elements. There is a bit of attraction which came in because he took up one of the biggest causes, which is about the drugs issue. Many also pointed out towards Bhagwant Mann government not being able to do much about it. So not that all people feel that he is entirely in the wrong. And this is where there is a difference of perspective. But when sources indicate that not only is he provoking people with Khalistani lectures, but also about openly propagating about Khalistan. This is where the red lines have been crossed, and this is where the links with ISI, a financial trail, all this is now a matter of investigation. And eventually, Punjab Police, who's decided to slap a case of NSA, this is going to be a long investigation about his foreign links, whether he was trained by the ISI, whether he trained in Georgia, whether he has links to UK-based radicals. All this, again, a larger conjecture at this point of time. But this is what investigative agency and intelligence agencies are pointing out, that there is a clear link which is emerging. Now, the point is, whether the people are really buying into this or there is another perspective to it, it has to be looked at in a very holistic manner. But meanwhile, what we've been told by sources, and especially in the Punjab Police, is that there's a clear hand of Pakistan ISI, the way he rose. But again, the question mark comes as to why it has taken so long for them to act against him if there was so much of heap of evidence against him.
Right. Kamal, I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us all of those details, and we are staying with these developments as far as Amritpal Singh is concerned.